Have you ever pondered about the significance of Palm Sunday in the Christian faith? This day, observed on the Sunday before Easter, marks a pivotal moment in history. It commemorates the triumphal entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem, an event teeming with profound symbolism and deep spiritual resonance. Yet for many, the true depth of its meaning remains an intriguing enigma. It's a chapter in the biblical narrative that leaves us with a lingering curiosity, sparking the desire to truly understand its significance. As we peel back the layers of this story, we find a tapestry of faith, prophecy, and divine orchestration. Each element is intricately woven, revealing a rich tableau of spiritual truths. So, are you ready to embark on this exploration? To uncover the profound significance and lasting impact of this remarkable event? Join us on this journey as we delve into the biblical events of Palm Sunday. The story of Palm Sunday unfolds in the books of the New Testament. It's a captivating tale that begins with Jesus in the small town of Bethphage on the Mount of Olives. It was here that Jesus sent two of his disciples on a mission. Their task was straightforward enough: to venture into the village and retrieve a donkey tied up, and its colt, that no one had ever ridden. Jesus had a specific purpose for this seemingly ordinary animal, a purpose that would soon become evident. So, as instructed, the disciples went to the village, found the donkey and colt, and brought them to Jesus. As they did this, they laid their cloaks on the donkeys for Jesus to sit on, a gesture of respect and honor. And so, Jesus began his journey towards Jerusalem, riding on the back of a humble beast of burden, a symbol of peace. As Jesus approached Jerusalem, a wave of excitement swept over the city. Word had spread of his miracles and teachings, and the people were eager to see this man of whom they had heard so much. They lined the streets, waiting for a glimpse of Jesus. And when they saw him, they didn't see a warrior king riding a majestic steed. Instead, they saw a humble man on a donkey, a stark contrast to the grandeur they might have expected. But their expectations didn't diminish their enthusiasm. They welcomed Jesus with joy and reverence. They spread their cloaks on the road before him, a sign of submission and honor, similar to rolling out a red carpet today. They also cut palm branches and laid them on the road. The palm branch was a symbol of victory and triumph in Jewish tradition, and laying them down signified the people's recognition of Jesus as their king. The crowd that gathered was not silent. They raised their voices, shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest heaven!" Their words echoed the sentiments of Psalm 118, a psalm of praise and thanksgiving. Hosanna is a plea for salvation, and it became a shout of hope and joy as the people hailed Jesus as their king. This was not a quiet, unassuming entry into the city. It was a triumphant procession, a fulfillment of the prophecy in Zechariah 9:9 that says, "Rejoice greatly, daughter Zion. Shout, daughter Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you, righteous and victorious, lowly and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey." This triumphant entry marked the beginning of the end of Jesus' earthly ministry. It was the start of a week that would culminate in his crucifixion and resurrection, events that would forever change the course of human history. But that's a story for another time. But why palm branches, one might wonder? A great question indeed. Palm branches in the time of Jesus were potent symbols in the ancient world. They were seen as tokens of victory and peace. When a king or a leader won a significant battle, the people would wave palm branches in a grand celebration of the triumph. Now picture this. Jesus, riding into Jerusalem, is greeted with a sea of palm branches. The people had a fervent expectation of him as their Messiah, their liberator. They believed he would lead them to victory, free them from oppression, and establish peace. Waving those palm branches was their way of expressing hope, anticipation, and joy. They were signifying their trust in Jesus, their belief in his power to bring about a radical change. The palm branches, thus, were not just botanical elements, but carriers of hope and expectation. Palm Sunday was not a mere historical event, it was the fulfillment of prophecies. As we delve into the biblical context of this pivotal day, we come across clear instances where prophecies were fulfilled, solidifying the divine nature of the day. Foremost among these prophecies is the one from Zechariah 9:9. This prophecy speaks of a king coming to Jerusalem, humble and riding on a donkey. During Palm Sunday, we see this prophecy coming to life as Jesus, the King of Kings, enters Jerusalem on a donkey. His choice of a donkey, an animal known for its humility and peace, was not random. It was a deliberate act, a symbolic gesture that communicated his peaceful intentions and his divine kingship. But the fulfillment of prophecies on Palm Sunday doesn't stop there. Another prophecy, this time from Psalm 118, also finds its realization. The psalm speaks of the shouts of Hosanna, a cry for salvation, and a phrase that would echo through the streets of Jerusalem as Jesus made his way into the city. The crowd that gathered to welcome Jesus into Jerusalem were not just spectators, they were participants in a divine plan, unwittingly fulfilling the words of the prophets as they laid their palm branches and shouted, Hosanna. They recognized Jesus as their king, their savior, and in their shouts of Hosanna, they were crying out for salvation, just as the psalmist had foretold. These fulfilled prophecies are not mere coincidences. They are testament to a divine orchestration, evidence of a grand plan set in motion centuries before that day. They underscore the significance of Palm Sunday, marking it not just as a historical event, but as a day steeped in spiritual significance, a day when the words of the prophets rang true. Palm Sunday, hence, was a day foretold by prophets, and a day that marked the fulfillment of their words. So, what does Palm Sunday mean for us today? In a world where time moves swiftly, traditions like Palm Sunday serve as anchors, grounding us in the rich tapestry of our shared history and faith. But beyond its historical significance, Palm Sunday holds a deep, enduring relevance for believers today. At its heart, Palm Sunday is a celebration of Jesus' willingness to fulfill God's plan, a plan that demanded the ultimate sacrifice. It reminds us of the path Jesus chose, a path paved with suffering and sacrifice. But why is this important? Because it is a testament to the power of divine love and the lengths it will go to for our redemption. It is a story of a king who chose not a crown of gold, but a crown of thorns, not a throne of jewels, but a wooden cross. And in doing so, he showed us the true meaning of kingship, one that is rooted not in power and dominion, but in humility, service, and sacrificial love. But there's more. Palm Sunday also serves as a symbol of Jesus' kingship and his peaceful nature. The image of Jesus riding into Jerusalem on a donkey, as people spread palm branches before him, paints a vivid picture of a king who is not a conqueror but a peacemaker. A king who, instead of riding a war horse, chose a humble beast of burden. A king who, instead of wielding a sword, carried a message of peace and love. This image of Jesus as a peaceful king challenges our conventional understanding of power and authority. It invites us to rethink our notions of greatness, to consider that perhaps true power lies not in conquest, but in love, not in dominance, but in service. Palm Sunday thus stands as a day of reflection, celebrating Jesus' kingship while remembering the path of sacrifice he chose. It encourages us to follow in his footsteps, to embrace a life of humility, service, and love. And in doing so, it continues to shape our lives, our values, and our faith, even in the 21st century. Palm Sunday, an event of triumph, prophecy, and profound significance. We've journeyed through the enigma of Palm Sunday, witnessing the unfolding of events that marked this significant day. We've learned about the symbolism of the palm branches, a mark of victory and honor. We've delved into the prophecies that came to fruition on this day, revealing the divine plan at work. And we've reflected on the enduring significance of Palm Sunday, a day that continues to resonate in the hearts of believers. As we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on its meaning in our faith journey. How does Palm Sunday stir your heart? How does it shape your understanding of triumph, prophecy, and faith? These are questions that can deepen our connection to this sacred day and our spiritual journey as a whole. If you found this video enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Closer to God. Let's continue this journey of faith together. Before we wrap up, let's delve into some intriguing facts about Palm Sunday that you might not know. First, did you know that Palm Sunday is also referred to as Passion Sunday in some Christian traditions? This name serves as a solemn reminder of the passion or suffering that Jesus would endure following this day of triumph. Secondly, the palm branches that are used during Palm Sunday celebrations don't just disappear after the day is over. In fact, they are often saved and burned to create the ashes used for the following year's Ash Wednesday. It's a beautiful symbol of continuity and cyclicity within the Christian calendar. And finally, in many cultures around the world, Palm Sunday isn't just a day of quiet reflection. It's a day of public procession and celebration. People carry palm branches and crosses in large parades, reenacting Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. These fascinating facts add another layer of depth to the rich tapestry of Palm Sunday. They remind us that this day is not just a historical event, but a living tradition that continues to evolve and resonate in different ways around the world.